Welcome back to DIY RV and Home with Greg. As you can see, sweatshirt, little stocking cap on the top of the head. Last Sunday, which was, today is Wednesday, Sunday I was in shorts, t-shirt, sandals, coming home from camping. It was actually the nicest day of the trip. But right now, we had to run down to the hardware store. I'll tell you about that story in a second. And the temperature gauge on the truck was reading at 36 degrees. It was a lot colder than that this morning, and we're fixing to get down into the 20s. So, got to get that trailer winterized so we don't have any damage like that. Last year, when I winterized, I'm going to put a link right up here on top for you, and possibly in the doobly-doos down below for that video on how I winterized my trailer. I used compressed air and blew the lines out, and made a fitting that would adapt from the city water to my air hose. Everything was grand, worked awesome. Well, I went to find it this year, or today, and guess what? Could not find it. Searched high and low, searched my toolboxes, searched every storage unit in my trailer, could not find that thing, and I was so down to the hardware store I went, searching to make another one, and was not finding really what I needed. Then I came across one of those Camco right here blowout plugs for the RV, and went ahead and picked that up, brought it back to the house, set it down, and that little light bulb went on. I went, oh really? Now I dual purpose that thing last year, or this year, excuse me, and I used it on another system. I'll link that right up here also, and that is on a portable mister system. I had that hooked up and I was using that. It worked great, but when I went and put everything away, I put it with that, and I totally forgot about it. So, gonna move you on down to the table, show you, I'm gonna break out this Camco, explain some of the benefits, some of the downfalls to it, show you the adapter I made, show you how I'm gonna do this, and then I gotta get out there and get that thing done before it gets way too cold, well, before it gets any colder. So, let me move that camera, come right back to you. Alright, let's get this thing cut open. Now, it was fairly inexpensive. Around $4 or whatever I paid at the hardware store. I can throw a link to an Amazon for you in the description below. So, alright, so here it is. It's got the garden hose threads that connect into your city water, and it's just got a smooth nipple on the end of it with a little bit of a filter there. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to grab it. Alright, so here it is. You've got your garden hose fitting on one side, so you can screw it into your city water connection. The other side, there is no threads on it. Try to get that. There we go. As you can see, no threads. It does have a little bit of a filter in there. So what they're saying is you hook that up, you apply air to it from an oilless air compressor, and not to exceed 50 psi. I just tried with a simple air chuck to put on, and I can't get any airflow through that one. I've got another one. I haven't hooked it up. Come over here. But I don't see how it's going to actually do it itself. But without hooking it up, I can't tell you for sure. I do know one thing that would work, and that would be a blow nozzle. Just take and put that blow nozzle there. So there you go. So you have to stand outside right there, apply air to it to get it in there. What I'm going to do, and what I did last year, is I actually took and I went and picked up a adapter garden hose to actually half inch to 1/4 inch pipe threads, and then put one of my air compressor fittings on the end of it. Now what I can do is actually take and hook that up once it's connected to the trailer, and then just have constant airflow in there while I'm blowing it out. Now my air compressor, of course, you know, 110, 120. So I've got an inline regulator that I'm going to hook up inline, put it in so I can drop that pressure down, and I'm actually going to only run about 40 psi, maybe even 30, just enough to blow the lines out. You'll see it in the video that I linked earlier on my winterization. So I'm not going to redo the video. I got to get out there and get this thing done. So 2 different options, Camco, and they probably do have some other ones. This is the only one that I found over there at the hardware store. And then the one that I made up that can hook up to your air compressor, and then you can blow it out that way. Now I'm using my big 20-gallon air compressor in the shop. I also do have a little 2-gallon that I used last year, and it worked all right. It did take quite a while because, of course, it doesn't have a great recovery on the air pressure. So anyways, hope this gives you an idea of the 2 different ways of connecting up and getting it blown out. Check the video out that I did on winterization. Hope to see you guys on the next video.